America boomed, but now it's bust. The Great Depression explodes across America. Social upheaval, poverty, drought. It's time for America to fight back. The American spirit is forged in the fires of the Great Depression. We are pioneers and trailblazers. We fight for freedom. We transform our dreams into the truth. Our struggles will become a nation. The 1920s is boom time in America. Money flows and oil wells explode. Though farmers are struggling, cities expand. Skyscrapers go higher than the stock market. Aspirations run wild for cars and suburban housing projects like Hollywoodland. By 1929, more money is spent on advertising than on education.
We got a little carried away with consumerism and capitalism, and it bit us in the butt.
The boom is built on credit. In 1929, $6 billion of goods are bought on credit. But 80% of Americans have no savings at all. Some stocks are valued at 50 times what they're really worth. A giant bubble just ready to burst. By October 1929, the inevitable happens. The stock market loses 12 times more money in 3 weeks than the U.S. government uses in a year.
The entire country could have gone down, and almost did, from an economic point of view.
For a year after the stock market crash, America's economy teeters on the edge of the abyss. December 1930. The streets of New York are quiet. It's been a year since the stock market crash of 1929, but only 2% of the population owns stocks. The other 98% get on with their lives. Until today. This man is about to shake America's confidence in its banks to its very core. He's put his money in his local bank, the Bank of United States. A bank that has only hours left to exist. But a newspaper article questions his bank's stability. This is the moment that begins a chain reaction that will shake the whole country's economy. Yet we don't even know the man's name. But his story was recorded by the New York Times.
A small merchant in the Bronx went to a branch of the Bank of United States and asked bank officials to dispose of his stock in the institution.
Good day, sir. How may I help you?
Yes, I'd like to withdraw my shares from the bank.
Beg your pardon, sir?
Bank regulations are virtually non-existent at the time. Bad real estate investments mean the bank has only kept itself afloat by cooking the books.
Good day, sir. How may I be of
I'd like to sell my shares. Well, the stock is a good investment, sir. I would advise against the sale. I want my money.
The last thing the bank needs is to hand out all its cash.
We almost witnessed that fairly recently, and I've seen what can go on, and I've seen travesty.
He departed and apparently spread a false report that the bank had refused to sell his stock. By mid-afternoon, a considerable crowd had gathered outside the bank, estimated at between 20,000 and 25,000 persons.
This is the day worry turns to panic. Would the banks go the same way as the stock market? Hysteria spreads like wildfire. $2 million are withdrawn from this branch alone.
Even though all the anxious depositors who asked for their money before closing time were given it,